Ooh, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 31, season 3 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me as always is Jmack Gaming.
I'm looking at the reports right here.
Okay.
It says I whooped your ass last month. Wow, another dominating win in the rating wars last month for me. Let me go write that down right now. WWF wins again in the pay-per-views. What can I say? That's 9 straight. 8 straight, sorry. Another win for the good guys. And another, we're going to get them next time for the bad guys. Ain't that right, Chad?
We'll get them next time.
Yeah. That's what losers say. Because you have to go get them. Winners, they already have them, so I don't have to say, we'll get them next time. Because we already have, Chad. Repeatedly. Look at the numbers. Look at them, Chad.
I don't want to.
Because you can't read.
Just run the show.
Let's get into the show. We start off, we got Maven. He's here, Chad.
Cool. I'm Maven.
I was hoping for you to say, damn, Maven's here.
Oh, damn, Maven's here.
You got Maven, Justin? Yes,
wow.
I did.
When'd you get Maven?
Yeah. He beats Fuerza Guerrera. I picked the wrong guy. He was not supposed to beat this guy, but it doesn't matter. Wins in 740. And then Ace Steel defeats Davey Boy Smith in 1029 with an 82 on the pre-show with a steel spike.
They're going to push Davey Boy and Teddy Hart as a team.
Well, why would I do that, Chad?
Why not?
Well, Chad, speaking of why would I do that, Vince McMahon comes out and he welcomes the 16,000 people here in New York, Long Island, New York, here at the Nassau Coliseum, home of the terrible New York Islanders. At this point, they just drafted Rick DiPietro last year, and they're about to pay him a lot of money.
And how?
They're still paying Rick DiPietro, Chad. Mm-hmm. They drafted him in 2000. He's on the books until 2030.
Oof.
Yeah, not a good. They gave him a 15-year deal, if I can remember right, and then they cut him about 4 years into it.
Oh, good.
Yes, or they bought him out, so they have to pay him for a long, long time. It was a dumb decision. What a dumb organization the New York Islanders are, and that's what Vince McMahon says.
Who's the heel?
The only thing dumber than the Islanders are all of you inbred hillbillies watching today.
What do you mean hillbillies, Chad? We're in Long Island. It's the Gym Bros. But you know what tonight is, Chad. It's the Raw Super Show. It's Brock Lesnar. It's Kishi. World Heavyweight Championship on the line tonight, Chad. I need you to get hyped for it.
Ooh, a championship match on a Raw.
Yeah, but we booked it. We booked it 4 weeks ago. I don't know why you're now just excited.
I forgot.
Chad, I know everything.
You didn't know Shawn Michaels was champion.
Because you don't acknowledge it, Chad.
Yes, I do. Every week he'll start my show and he'll go, I'm world champion.
Well, Chad, we start off with a 20-woman battle royal.
Ooh.
We have made our women's division a lot better.
A lot more stacked, Justin.
A lot more stacked because a lot of them are leaving.
Yes.
This is a #1 contender match, and Chad Mischief wins in 1308.
Mischief?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you know about Mischief?
I know if she ever gets married, maybe she'll be Mrs. Chiff.
I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have asked.
Her mother is probably Mrs. Chiff.
I shouldn't have asked. That's on me, Justin, you fucking idiot. That's on me.
So she debuted her bitch gimmick and got awful.
Oh, she's an awful bitch.
A lot of bad debut, except for very good on the badass Akira Hokuto.
Yeah, and Mercedes Martinez with her no gimmick needed.
Yeah. I'm just Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, so, she wins.
I looked up at Lisa Mary Vachon and saw Maiko Satomura above her name, and I said, that's not who that is.
Sakako is the final elimination. That means Mischief will be taking on Kana at the pay-per-view, Chad.
Ooh.
I got a 66. Did a lot better than I thought.
I did about it. If you would have told me, will this get above a 65, I probably would have said no.
No,
and that's on me.
These girls can go. It's just once they get over, you're fucked. They
already have women that are over, so.
That's not anything you did, though, Chad.
Actually, it is. Debbie Malenko was a nobody before she signed with me.
Not true. Her popularity went through the roof because she posed nude twice.
Which she wouldn't have had the opportunity to do if she wasn't employed by me.
But she wasn't wrestling until after the fact. So...
She was wrestling the whole time. She was running for a women's championship. I believe she... No, Katie Suzuki was the inaugural champion.
China came over super popular. Cody came over super popular. Debbie was already kind of over before she got there. Stacey Keibler's not doing anything.
True.
Randy Orton is backstage. He's asked by Kevin Kelly what his thoughts are. Can his teammate Brock Lesnar get it done tonight? And Randy Orton says, "Look, Kevin, tonight you're going to see the coronation of Brock Lesnar. He's become the 2-time world heavyweight champion. You're going to be seeing, you won't believe what you'll be seeing in the ring."
I'd believe it.
Yeah, me either. CM Punk defeats Epico here, Chad.
The arm triangle choke.
Yeah, defeats poor little Epico in 10:30 with that dreaded arm triangle choke. What do you feel? How do you feel about the CM Punk?
What do I feel about the CM Punk?
Don Fry's backstage.
Oh.
And he's being interviewed, and Sean Daivari comes up, and he starts yelling at him, Chad. And Tom Pritchard says, "Well, Mr. Fry, it seems like your time here in WWF is coming up to a close. But now, apparently, you're too afraid to step into the ring with my client, Sean Daivari." And that has made Sean Daivari upset. You see, Don Fry, you think you came over here as a legitimate MMA badass, but you can't compete in the ring with the WWF talents like Sean Daivari. Don Fry hits him. He hits Sean Daivari. Because he's an MMA guy. And then he walks away.
Just like that.
Yeah. Why did he punch Sean Daivari?
Because he's an MMA boy.
Ed and Christian are backstage. They're making
out. Oh, God.
They're making pancakes, Chad. Why would you go immediately making out?
That's what you were going to say.
Oh, my God.
On this day, I'll see clearly.
Why did you immediately go to making out, Chad?
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Why would I say that?
That's why I said it so surprised.
No, you said it confidently.
Confidently surprised. I was confident that I was very surprised.
I don't even know where I was going with that anymore. They're watching TV. They're making a game.
Watching TV making pancakes.
I don't fucking know. Who cares
Chuck,
anymore?
remember were they scouting this tag team match?
No, because they're not even in the division.
Oh.
Kurt Angle, Mark Henry defeat Sash and Stud when Kurt Angle taps out Scott Stud with an ankle lock, Joe.
Oh, okay.
And then they hug, but then they say they got to get back to business, all right?
And they don't make out.
They don't. No one's making out on this show, Chad.
All right.
Get it in your pants, all right? This is the Raw Super Show, not the Raw Super Slut, all right?
Not the. Yeah.
PJ Black is backstage, and he's got a picture of Stephanie McMahon with their newborn,
who he has made out with.
They have conceived a child together, so they've done hopefully more than making out. That's how it works, I think. I've been told that's how babies are made. I've been told on Google that you have to kiss at least once before babies are.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and then he says, he's got the picture of the baby, and he says, "This is what I'm doing it for. This right here, my child, Malachi Black."
Malachi Black?
This is everything to me, all right? This business might be one thing, but this child, this beautiful little baby boy, this means the world to me. And I'm coming home, and I got the Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to make this company everything, and I'm going to give the world, the kingdom, to my little baby boy, Malachi.
I can't wait until we bring in Tyler Black, or Malachi Black.
Why would Tyler
Black? And he's pushed as PJ Black's kid.
Why would Tyler Black come in? That's Triple H has asked, how do you... you got your eyes on this huge match, Triple H. Brock Lesnar, Keish, you're the number one contender. Who do you got winning? It doesn't matter, Kevin, because when I get in that ring with either one of them rat fuckers, I don't know why you call them rat fuckers, I'm going to beat their ass, and I'm going to fulfill this destiny of mine to become a world heavyweight champion. I'm the king of kings, Kevin Kelly. I don't know. Why are you sitting down, Kevin? What's wrong? Your legs don't work. No,
Your legs don't walk like
no,
they
Megan Barbarian hurt me. I'm a baby. Shut up, Kevin.
More like Kevin Smelly.
Yeah, Randy Orton and Teddy Hart wrestled. A little match right here, Chad. And Randy Orton defeated Teddy Hart with an RKO.
Nice.
The announcing quality lifted the match.
Good.
Hey, the Bashams are here, Chad.
Nice.
They're defeating Adam Pearce and Stevie Knight.
Wow.
2 local talents.
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce.
Scrap metal.
Who's that? No, he's Adam Pearce. Scrap metal? That's Kevin Kelly.
Isn't that his nickname?
No.
Oh.
Scrap metal.
Scrap metal.
Horseshoe.
Tinfoil.
Dandelion.
Coconut surprise.
Okay, that's too much right there. The Bashams get a big win. Danny Basham on a 61 in-ring. How do you feel about that?
Look at them, they're over.
Danny Basham was off his game and got a 61. Okay.
Imagine what we do if he's on his game.
Nick Gage is backstage and he once again beats up people backstage. He beats up Elix Skipper and Dragon Kid. He's stabbing him with forks. He's stabbing him with
Welcome to
knives.
Raw, Dragon Kid.
And Dean Malenko comes up. Nick, stop. Control it, Nick. Control your anger. Control it. And Nick Gage is about to stab Dean Malenko. Nick, if you stab me, I will break your fucking fingers. All right? And it's like he's controlling Nick Gage. He calms him down. He stops Nick Gage's out of his violent phase right there. And he just snaps his fingers and he's just back to normal.
He's the Gage charmer.
Alex Wright takes on Don Fry here, Chad. They don't click. That's unfortunate. Alex Wright defeats Don Fry in 1406 with an STF. Ooh. And then after the match, Sean Daivari beats down Don Fry, Chad.
It's not good.
It's not great. It's not great for Don Fry, but that leads us to our main event of the night, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line here, the Raw Super Show. It's Brock Lesnar, it's Kishi, World Heavyweight Championship. Chad, who you got?
Oh, I gotta go Brock.
You gotta go Brock?
It's gotta be Brock. Sorry, Kishi, you had a nice cup of coffee with the belt. This is gonna be an unusual short title run for you. Don't usually do short ones, but there's no way Kishi retains.
Well, in a 92, Kishi defeats Brock Lesnar after Brock Lesnar gets disqualified because Kishi refuses to get pinned, and Brock Lesnar just continued to beat the shit out of him here, Chad. A very good match right here. Okay. 92. Brock Lesnar in ring of 100. What happened here? Lack of selling. All right, that's fine. That's fine. And then Orton and Tyson keep beating down Kishi, and then Stasiak and Triple H come down to save Rikishi and fend off the future shock, and we finally get the stare down of Stasiak and Lesnar for the first time, Chad. Ooh, that's it. That's just an ooh. The biggest. Chad doesn't care.
No, it's cool.
92.
92.
We'll see for Nitro.
Can we beat it?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
And we are here in California to do Nitro, Justin.
We're in California.
We're in California.
What venue?
Let's have a party.
San Diego Sports
San Diego Sports Arena.
All right. Well, let's
Ready?
get into it.
Let's run the show. All right, Justin. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels comes out. We're off to a banger of a start. Awful. Shawn Michaels comes out and he's flanked by the 3 masked men. Yes. And he gets in the ring and he says, "I bet no one saw that coming, did they?"
No, we didn't.
He says, "Everyone's asking me, who are these 3 men and why are they working for HBK? Well, I gotta tell you something. They're working with me because money talks. You see, I was the biggest acquisition in the history of WCW. General managers from both brands were trying to scout the HBK, and they were giving me all kinds of perks. A bunch of reasons to sign with their brand, and one of those was a boatload of money. So when it came down to me finally getting this world championship, I needed to do what I did the second time. Unlike the second time, unlike the first time I had the belt, I needed to make sure no one took it from me. No underhanded tactics were going to be involved in getting rid of this belt unless I was the one that caused them. So that's why I went to these 3 masked men, and I offered them a bunch of money and you know what? They answered. Because when you're dealing with big money, Michaels, there's only one answer you give when I ask you a question, and it's yes. Now, I know all about working with groups. All right, I've been a part of many groups. I've been with degenerates. I've been with Olympic gold medalists. I've been with dragons. And the thing about all of those groups was I was the best out of all of them. And I made every single one of them look like $1 million, which is only fitting because now I own more than $1 million. I'm the face of WCW, and you people should all be thanking me because I'm the reason why this company finally has a shred of credibility.
Yeah.
You no longer have guys who are in the cruiserweight division running around here hitting orgasms as your world champion. You don't have a champion who's going to go be in a rock band and leave you high and dry. You've got Shawn Michaels, and whether you like it or not, I'm here to stay. And my 3 hired guns here, they're going to make damn sure of it. And then, Justin, Bret Hart's music hits. Mm-hmm. And Bret's like, Shawn, I always knew you were a rat. I always knew that you couldn't be trusted. All right? And I knew you had your hand in the cookie jar when it came to these 3 attackers. All right, but listen, I don't much give a damn about you. No, I have an issue with the guy right there in the mask that attacked me weeks ago. And he's mentioning to this one right here, Justin.
Yes.
Of course.
The original, the OG.
Yes, the OG masked man. He says, Shawn, if I have to go through you to get to him, I will. Because at the end of the day, nobody makes Bret Hart look silly. No one makes Bret Hart look foolish. No one attacks Bret Hart for weeks in and weeks out and then runs with his tails between his legs and won't face me like a man. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing tough about any of you 4. You're all a bunch of cowards. A bunch of pussies who hide behind masks and money. And here at WCW, we let our wrestling do the talking. So Shawn, how about you and those masked men fight me right now? And Shawn's like, Bret. Listen, the last time you and I faced off in the ring, the outcome wasn't that great. Let me tell you something, Bret. I know you're from Canada, and Canadians are almost as dumb as the people from California. You can't count, so I'll give you a math lesson. There's 4 of us, and there's 1 of you, and the odds are not in your favor. And then the Outsiders music hits. It's Nash, it's Hall, and Kevin Nash says, Shawn, you're a man that I consider a friend, a man that I have a lot of respect for. Hell, I teamed with you a number of weeks ago. But Shawn, you came here and you're hiding behind those people and you start throwing your money around. You start saying that this company had an ounce of shredability. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash changed the wrestling landscape when we joined this company. All right? When you talk about this company and how you give it a shred of respect, you're spitting in the face of people who have held that world championship, and big sexy Kevin Nash is one of them. All right? Shawn, I'll give you a little bit of a counting lesson because there's 4 of you and there's 3 of us. But that guy right there standing next to you in the mask, he's a pipsqueak, and you're not that big either, Shawn. So really, I'd say the odds are evened up. So how about tonight, Shawn? You and 2 masked guys take on us and Bret in the main event, and we'll show you how you should respect the past of WCW.
I swear to God, if masked guy number 1's not in this fucking match, I'm going to lose it.
And Shawn accepts Justin, so we get a 6-man main event.
I swear to God, Chad.
And Justin, we've got the match that you were looking forward to seeing. The one that got bumped to the pre-show. We had the rematch. Trish Stratus versus Queen Sharmell. And in an abysmal match, Trish Stratus defeated Queen Sharmell with a Stratusfaction.
Yeah, just makes Queen Sharmell look stupid.
And then Trish Stratus celebrates in the ring.
Oh, my fucking...
So you see Carly Colon, Justin, pinned Fit Finlay a number of weeks ago and was the first rookie to pin a tough enough coach. So Fit Finlay wants, to teach him a lesson. Yeah. So they have a little bit of a rematch, and Justin Fit Finlay puts him in his place because about that sub-power wrestling. And now it's in the crowd. Fit Finlay defeats Carly Colon with the Tombstone Piledriver.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my God, this show's gonna stink.
Yeah, what were you doing?
Paul Heyman and the Suzuki guys are celebrating in the ring. Paul Heyman says, "I am so proud of my Paul Heyman guys." Now listen, there are a lot of reasons why we won the match, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is these men that I handpicked, the Paul Heyman guys. We're on a run, all right? And soon after Minoru Suzuki cashes in the Money in the Bank, we're gonna have a world championship on our hands. Now, Billy Kidman never actually booked the tag team titles on the line at War Games, but that's fine because tonight Paul Heyman pulled some strings, and we're getting 2 members of the Paul Heyman guys taking on Ahmed and Planet Ahmed for the tag team titles. And listen, Suzuki, Taka, Taz, Shane Douglas, the franchise. If you stick with me, the sky's the limit, and we proved it at Fall Brawl. And Minoru Suzuki takes the microphone, and he says, "Paul, the reason we won at Fall Brawl is because the 4 of us are a bunch of badasses that had nothing to do with you. You weren't in that cage. You weren't bleeding with us. You were watching from the locker room. All right? Paul, as far as I'm concerned, it's Paul Heyman and guys. It's not the Paul Heyman guys. And as far as I'm concerned, Paul, I don't even know if I want to be affiliated.
It's Paul Heyman and guys.
I don't even know if I want to be affiliated with Paul Heyman anymore. You see, we were talking, Paul, and we didn't appreciate you going out of your way to risk my Money in the Bank briefcase. And we really didn't appreciate how last week you talked about you wished the Paul Heyman guys had some backbone, a little nerve to them. So we were thinking, and how about it's time we show you exactly how much nerve the Paul Heyman guys have. And Justin, the 4 men surround Paul Heyman, Justin.
Oh, fuck him.
And they beat Paul Heyman down. They attacked Paul Heyman. They turned on Paul Heyman, Justin.
Everyone's healing this fucking company.
And then they leave.
Well, yeah, what else were they doing?
They leave. But they were booked for a tag team title match tonight. Oh. But they just left.
Oh.
They said, fuck those tag titles.
It's weird. Okay.
Sting and Rob Van Dam show up, Justin, there at the arena, and they say that they're going to watch Bret Hart, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall's backs tonight.
Okay.
We've got a 4-way women's championship match, Justin, and about that decent wrestling, but little heat. Manami Toyota defeated Beth Phoenix, Luna Vachon, and Nicole Bass when Toyota defeated Luna Vachon with an Ocean Queen Bee bomb. It makes defense number 1 of the women's title.
Oh.
And then, Justin, Debbie Malenko.
What were you rating people on today?
I thought I was ready. They're rated on Mike, I think.
What
did your notes?
Well, I guess you can't really tell from this point. Well, I'll take your word for it, but really not.
Debbie Malenko challenges Toyota for a rematch at Halloween Havoc. If we're still, well, she's not entitled. That's why she's challenging. She's not saying she's invoking. And Justin, we've got a United States Championship match. Chris Benoit versus Jim Neidhart. And in a good match, Chris Benoit defeats Jim Neidhart with a diving headbutt.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Hulk! You fucked up something.
I fucked up something. Hulk Hogan is here. Justin, he's asked what's next after he lost to Chris Benoit. He says, first of all, I gotta say, I respect the hell out of Chris Benoit. He took Hulk Hogan to the limit. And what's next for Hulk Hogan? Well, let me tell you something, brother. I wish I could tell you. But whatever's next, whoever I face next, whatever journey Hulk Hogan has here in WCW, brother, you better believe it's gonna be one for the books. What you gonna do, brother, when Hulk Hogan runs wild on you, brother? This is going to be the worst Nitro.
Yeah. I can't wait to rub it in, too.
So, Justin, we needed to have a tag team title match. And since Suzuki and the boys left, we needed to find a last-minute replacement. So the Dudleys answered the call, and in a good match, the Dudley boys defeat Ahmed and Big Daddy V. When Bubba Ray Dudley pinned Big Daddy V with a Dudley death drop, and the Dudleys, Justin, win the WCW tag team titles. New tag team champions, Justin.
Wow.
Then after the match, the Dudley Boys, they hug and they celebrate. They're winning their tag team titles.
Absolutely no build up to it.
And our main event, Shawn Michaels
He didn't wrestle.
and the two masked men versus Bret Hart and the Outsiders. Justin, in a good match, Shawn Michaels, Mask Guy 2 and Mask 3 defeated Bret Hart and the Outsiders when Shawn Michaels pinned Scott Hall using underhanded tactics. And during the match, we also had the Mask Guy run in and attack Hart, and Rob Van Dam attacked Mask 2, and Sting attacked Mask 3. I didn't say that, but he also was there.
Mask 3 was the weak link.
Yes.
Piece of shit.
After the match, Justin, Bret Hart and the three Mask Guys and Shawn Michaels are attacking. Shawn Michaels and the Mask Guys are attacking Bret Hart, Sting. Sorry, I'm rattled because this Nitro stinks. And Rob Van Dam, right? They're getting beat down. Nash and Hall, they run in, and it looks like they're going to help save. Well, they were outside the ring, but they run back in. It looks like they're going to help their buddies, Bret, Sting, and Rob Van Dam, fight off the masked men. Shawn Michaels turns around and looks at Hall and Nash, who are like cracking their knuckles, right? And then all of a sudden, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, they hold up 2 sweets, baby. And Shawn Michaels smiles. And he puts up a 2 sweet. And Justin, we get a glimpse of the curtain call back in the day as Shawn Michaels, Nash, and Hall, 3 of the 4 Click members hug in the middle of the ring, Justin, and continue to beat down Bret, Sting, and Rob Van Dam, Justin, to end the show. 74. What in the hell happened here?
I don't know. I let you book your own show, and this is what happens.
I booked on Micro. I booked them on things that made sense to be booked on.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Even
all right.
Matches weren't great either.
Yeah, that matches. This Nitro stinks.
Yeah.
It's up to Thunder this week.
It looks like another one for the good guys. They win on Monday.
All right. Well, Justin, we've got a lot of things happening today.
Yeah.
Hall and Nash have teamed up with Shawn Michaels and the 3 Mask Guys. Who are the Mask Guys? People are asking.
Yeah, well, they're not going to ever be in the ring. Mask Guy number 1 has never wrestled.
What?
Who cares? Why would I care about a guy who hasn't wrestled yet?
He's been here. He's in a group.
Yeah, but he hasn't wrestled.
Listen, listen.
Listen,
all part of the story.
Well, yeah, the part of the story is a bitch. All right.
All right. That was Nitro. And we are here on SmackDown. Big show. Big show for SmackDown.
I want to see where you go with that. I just wanted to see you talk as much as right there. Oh. Big show. Oh no, did I book the same match as I did on SmackDown? No, I didn't. I thought I did. I remember
the exact same show.
I had this booked. I had Renee Dupree and C.W. Anderson to go at it. But it doesn't matter. Let's move on. Start the show. We start off with a pre-show title on the line. This promo is not going to make any difference, or it's not going to make any. There's a promo later on tonight on this SmackDown with Sylvain Grenier that's going to make no sense because he just lost the pre-show championship to King. Yeah, I always do. That's just the rules here. He lost to King Iakea. King Iakea getting his belt back, Chad. Oh. And we start off Monday Night Raw with Scott Steiner hitting the ring, the big bad booty daddy, walked out of hell, and he killed Psychosis to win the cage match last Sunday night at Bad Blood, Chad. And Scott Steiner comes out and he's talking that mad shit. He said, nobody, Psychosis, I beat that, what'd you call him, the loser weight?
I beat that dumb loser weight.
Beat the dumb loser weight, and he's ready to hit with all of his hoochie mamas in New Hampshire. And then Stone Cold's music hits, Jen. Stone Cold, the new #1 contender, comes out. He said, what? What? And he wants the challenge tonight. He wants Scott Steiner. He wants that belt tonight. And Scott Steiner, a man who's not afraid of a fight,
says no.
Says yes.
Oh.
And Eric Bischoff comes out and he says, all right.
I'll kick your dumb redneck ass.
Usually I'd wait for the pay-per-view, but there is no pay-per-view this month for SmackDown, so fuck it. Tonight here in New Hampshire, Scott Steiner, Stone Cold for the World Heavyweight Championship, Jen.
It's huge.
Huge. Both Raw and SmackDown with World Heavyweight Championships on the line, Jen.
Wow.
We start off tonight, though, with some high-flying action as Mike Awesome defeats Caprice Coleman in a Cruiserweight Classic. Defeating Caprice Coleman in 11-14 with an awesome bomb. What do you feel? How do you feel about Mike Awesome, Jen?
His last name speaks for himself, Justin.
He's awesome.
He's awesome.
He
Should
defeats...
be Mike Adequate. I'm Mike just okay.
Backstage, the Guerrero Dojos. Chavo is, congratulating Eddie and Latin Lover for, hey, you guys did it. You guys, maybe I wasn't the one carrying the team, am I right? And Eddie and Latin Lover, they got the bottles of wine, they got the bottles of champagne, and they start drinking. They start celebrating their big win on the weekend. Chavo getting hurt, and Eddie Guerrero having to step in and defending the belts, Strad. The Guerrero Dojo. Three good friends. Backstage, Yoshi here. All right, Kevin Kelly is asking Christopher Daniels, Chris, after your dominant win over Trent Acid, is there anyone else in this cruiserweight division that you can't beat? Is there anyone that could beat you? Oh, Kevin, I don't think there's anyone in this company that could beat me in my light heavyweight championship. I am the Reaper.
I am the Hippie Reaper.
I am the Hippie Reaper.
I love the gimmick, the Hippie Reaper, because it's just so silly, and I also love how you just think hippies sound like old wise men.
He just doesn't.
I am the Hippie Reaper.
He doesn't care, my guy. He's just here. And then Volador Jr. was supposed to come out and challenge him, but that doesn't happen because we move on to Kane and Silence taking on PG-13. Kane and Silence defeating PG-13 in 7:44 with Kane pinning Wolfie D with a chokeslam. Ooh. So, yeah, Volador Jr. says, you may have beaten everyone, but no one has beaten Volador Jr. So I'm challenging you next week, Chris Daniels, me versus you for the light heavyweight championship. And then Tajiri steps up. If you want to go through Chris Daniels, you got to go through me first. And then spits in his face. That's the green mist. So big win for Kane and Silence. We saw them beat Meng and Barbarian at the pay-per-view, Chad. Is this a new tag team? Are they going to start fighting for the tag team belts, Chad?
I think they might have to.
Jeff Jarrett is here, Chad, and he has announced that he is, he's going on tour in a couple months, and because he's got a new single out, Chad.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a new single out. It's called Impact. And he's got the Kings of the Mountain ready to go on tour with him. And he sings Impact, and he sings Dixie, a little snippet of Dixie, because it's a number one hit.
Loves Dixie.
It won a Grammy, Chan, for best gospel song.
Gospel song.
With a big hit, Jeff Jarrett.
Everybody saying Dixieland tonight.
Backstage, Rene Dupree is supposed to be with Rob Conway and Sylvain Grenier. And he's like, Rene, or Sylvain, we both have championships. Look at this. And Sylvain's like, I lost my title today, Rob, or Rene. It's all right. I'm the international champion. I am the French phenom, the French tickler, the French fuck, Rene Dupree.
French fuck? Oh, no.
Yeah, he's the French fuck, Chad. He's the French phenom. Even though the F and P, it doesn't matter. FP, you know what FP stands for?
The French potato.
I just said the French phenom, and you said potato. We're the most dominant international faction of all time. We're getting calls from NATO. They're like, shut this shit down, all right? The UN is like, you might as well just have a UN vote as well. Like, what? We are the most international complex crew in the world. It's only a matter of time before we get the World Tag Team belts. We get the United States belts, and we call that the European or the French belt. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it the French Canadian title. It's only a matter of time, Sylvain and Rob. It's only a matter of time. Just follow me, and let's stick to the plan. John Cena's here, Chad.
Ooh, John Cena.
United States champion. That's what the fans said when he walked on screen. And Kevin Kelly asked,
ooh, John Cena.
John, you won the United States championship last night. You must be feeling on cloud nine. But how you walk into the ring tonight to defend it against Booker T in a rematch. How do you feel going into that match? And John Cena's like, look, Kevin Kelly, the champ is here. You got to start that off.
The champ is here.
I went into bad blood in front of everyone on the WWF universe, and I whooped Booker T's ass all over the ring, and nothing is stopping me from doing that right again tonight here in the Verizon Wireless Arena. Yeah, cheap pop. So Kevin Kelly, I'm the American hero, John Cena. I'm the prototype, and it's only fitting that I'm the United States champion. So I plan on holding this belt for a long time and proving, and next segment. Davey Boy Mick Foley, WCW classic right here. Mick Foley wins in 11:32 with a pile driver. Huh. What?
Good for Mick Foley.
Good for Davey Boy. Getting some actual TV time, It never happened in WCW. Let's move on. Mystico and Kid Cash are in the ring here, Chad. And Mystico.
New picture.
Defeats Kid Cash in 1606 with a La Mystica, Chad. Yeah, he got a new picture after Adam Sandler broke his arm.
Yeah.
This is his first match back. We move on backstage, and, the Gentleman's Club minus Scott Steiner because he's getting ready. And
That's always minus Scott Steiner. He's never in these.
Yes, he is. He was in there last week. What do you mean?
He's like barely ever in them.
Because he's the fucking world champ, Chad. He's on time to. He's got the hoochie mamas already in the hotel bedroom. He's ready to. He's got a.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to do this.
Don't you reference what you're doing?
No, they're backstage, and Randy walks up to Clyde and says, "Hey, you guys gave it a good run. You gave Eddie and Latin Lover a good run for your money, but Rick, let's be honest, Rick, you're a little past your prime. Woo! You came in a little." You know what I'm talking about. You had a little bit of Scott Steiner's hoochie mamas before the match on Sunday, and I feel better. I feel like I can get back in the ring. So Clyde, how about we team tonight and see how we do as a tag team? And Clyde Flanders is like, all right, cool, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. That's Clyde Flanders. All right, cool.
All right, cool. I'm in.
And then they team up tonight to take on TNT, Chad, of Tony Mama Looking Amazing Red.
Nice.
And they get the win in 12:02, and Clyde Flanders pins the Amazing Red with a pile driver.
Good for them.
What do you feel? How do you feel about this, John?
I feel nothing. It's just a match. Good for them. It was awesome. Clyde Flanders and Randy Savage.
And then AJ Styles comes out of nowhere. Psychosis. This is just a highlight package of the downfall he has begun going through the last month. And it's just a voiceover says, "Where is Psychosis? What is wrong? Is he all right?" Next week, we find out what's going through Psychosis' head. He's going to be back next week, Chad.
Interesting.
We get that rematch here. Booker T and John Cena and a good match. John Cena makes this defense number 1 as he defeats Booker T once again in 15:37 with a spin-out powerbomb. Big win for John Cena here, Chad. Nice. The American hero, John Cena. Does he represent the United States well, Chad?
I mean, sure. I mean, he's the Marine.
No, he's not. He's John Cena.
Yeah, but he was in the Marine.
In what?
Well, in real life, he's in the Marine.
Well, this is not real life, Chad.
Yeah, the Marine hasn't come out yet.
We're going straight in it.
Bam, and we're here. New champion.
Well, fuck me. Stone Cold's world champion. I forgot to book a segment. I deleted it. That's why. I didn't mean to delete it. Oh, I don't even know if my ratio's good. Okay, fine. Austin wins the belt in a hellacious match, but Austin's your world champ. What a fucking letdown that was.
Oof. Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? I'm the world champ. What?
And 93.
93. What?
Wow, Chad.
Man, 2 low 90s would have been the perfect time for a Nitro to be good if only I didn't shit the bed.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to write down the WWF one because I don't think WCW is going to do it.
You never know. Thunder could surprise you. And we are here on Thunder, Justin. Now listen, crazier things have happened, and if Thunder pulls out the performance of a lifetime, we'll take the week. Do you think that'll happen?
No.
Nope. Well, only time will tell. But let's just jump right into it, Justin. We start off. Jericho, Goldberg, and Billy Kidman start the show. Goldberg as talking about his dominant performance of Shannon Moore, right?
Okay.
And he says, "Now everyone's asking who's gonna be next. That's gonna step up to the god of WCW."
How are people asking? Jericho called a shot at the pay-per-view.
Well, it doesn't mean he's gonna get it, but Jericho does come out and say that he challenged Goldberg to a match.
Goldberg's an idiot.
And Jericho says, "So Goldberg, I'm here to ask, do I get my match?" And Goldberg says, "Jericho, you've been away. You've been touring. The only match you really won was for another company. What makes you think
Didn't even win that.
Good point. You lost to another company. You came here in the main event in a 6-man and lost. By the way, thanks for filling in, by the way. I was in Japan. What makes you think you deserve a shot just because you've held the belt before? Jericho, if you want to challenge me, you got to get to the end of the line and earn your way back up." And Billy Kidman comes out and says, "Jericho, you'll have an opportunity to win your way to a match at Halloween Havoc because tonight there's going to be a fatal 4-way #1 contenders match, and the winner of that match will earn the right to face Goldberg at Halloween Havoc."
I'm assuming Jericho will win that match.
You will have to see. Do you want to know who's in it, Justin?
No.
Oh, okay. You sure don't want to know?
Yeah.
I'll name the competitors.
No.
Well, too bad. I'm going to anyway.
Why?
It's Chris Jericho. It's AJ Styles. It's Steven Regal.
AJ Styles.
It's Steven Regal. Who's the fourth guy? And
The fourth guy's not
and
winning.
a fourth guy that I forgot who it was. Oh, Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe.
Well, he's not winning.
And Samoa Joe. You don't know that. I randomized it.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. All right, next segment.
So now you're just lying.
Justin, look at this. Matt Hardy is in the ring and some scary music hits. And we don't know what... But then, Justin, Mortis shows up. And Mortis beats up and defeats Matt Hardy in 1503 with submission.
With submission?
With a submission.
There you go. Why is Mortis back? Why is AJ Styles out of the Rey Mysterio storyline?
Justin, relax, brother. It's been 2 segments. Why do you shit on everything I do before I let it play out? It's annoying. Let's let it play out.
Somebody upset.
After the match, Mortis grabs a microphone and he says, "The one you know is Chris Kanyon is gone. I needed to bring forth an aggressive, a violent side of me. And Mortis is what remains. And I've come here on Thunder because I need to talk to the monster Abyss." And Abyss shows up, Justin. He says, "Abyss, I know your past. I know where you come from. You tried to be a professional wrestler to avoid your past. You need to embrace it. You can't hide behind Matt Hardy anymore. You need to embrace the monster in you, Abyss." And Abyss is just standing there, Justin. He's not moving. And Mortis, he says, "Abyss, I will bring the monster out of you." So that's that segment, Justin. Mortis and Abyss. Now he's not saying anything. All right, we are backstage. Charlie Haas is with Vader and Shamrock. And Vader and Shamrock are talking about how they're going to get back their tag team titles. And they keep asking Charlie Haas, "What do you think?" And Charlie Haas says, Why are we worried about the tag team titles? Guys, we lost Shelton at Tough Enough. We lost my best friend, my brother. Guys, listen, I get it. You guys were tag team champions, but you're also my mentors, all right? You guys will have another opportunity at the tag team championships. I could lose this tournament whenever, at any time. So I need you guys to start taking this more seriously, because if you guys did your job as coaches, maybe Shelton Benjamin wouldn't get eliminated. Maybe Shelton Benjamin wouldn't have had to fight for his life every single month. He said, "So listen." And then Raven and Owen walk by with Chris Harris, and they're, Raven has his tag team titles, and he says, "Well, look at that. If it isn't the guys who lost the belts to us. Charlie, listen, if you ever want to hang out what it's like to hang out with winners, our rookie won at the match at the pay-per-view, and we won tag team titles. So, if you ever want to know what it's like to win, maybe you can come hang out with us more sometime." And Charlie says, "You know what? I'm going to get in the ring and I'm going to fight Charlie Haas tonight, or Chris Harris tonight, for payback for Shelton Benjamin." And that match is next, and in about that decent wrestling, but not much heat, Charlie Haas defeats Chris Harris with the Haas of Pain. Look at that. Randomized to do, Justin. Charlie Haas getting some wins. And we are backstage, Lodi and Shark Boy. You know, they're backstage, and Lodi says, you know, Shark Boy, thank you so much for helping me with this 24/7 title. You know, I think I owe you an opportunity at the belt. And Shark Boy says, yeah, I think you do. It's been a minute. You know, I think for me helping you get that belt, you owe me an opportunity. And Lodi says, you thinking what I'm thinking? And they go, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And Kidman interrupts and says, I'm going to interrupt this riveting content to tell you that, Lodi, not only will you defend your 24/7 championship tonight, but it's going to be next against an opponent of my choosing. Justin, who do you think his opponent's going to be?
No idea.
You have no idea. Well, I got a 55, so in a decent match, Lodi defeats Grandmaster Sexay with an aerial brainbuster, and Lodi makes defense number 1 of the 24/7 title. I had this rated on comedy, and I looked up who could do comedy. I said Grandmaster Sexay could. So
This match was too long for a comedy match.
it would appear that way. But that's okay. It did its job and gave the crowd a breather. So, Justin, we have a special announcement. Tony Schiavone is in the ring, Justin, and he says, Starrcade is only a couple months away, and we're going to induct the first member of the WCW Hall of Fame. And I can't think of anyone better to induct. We're going to induce into labor. I can't think of anybody to induct than the former NWA World Champion, a man who has contributed professional wrestling, has created so many matches for WCW, and really is one of the founding fathers of this company and its origins and its beginnings. Ladies and gentlemen, the first member of the WCW Hall of Fame, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And Dusty Rhodes, Justin, he comes out and, you know, he says, you know, ooh, baby, I can't wait to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I just want to say right now, baby, that it's going to be this Starrcade is going to be one for the books. It's going to be an American dream to be in the Hall of Fame in front of all these WCW fans. So, listen, what do you think? Dusty Rhodes a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
I think it's warranted. Well-deserved.
I mean, yeah. Probably. What's he ever done?
Yeah, what's he ever done? Nothing. And Justin, we've got a match. Bam Bigelow versus James Storm in a decent match. Bam Bigelow defeated James Storm. Oh, I wanted James Storm to go over. I booked it wrong. That's okay, though. You'll get him next time. Bam Bigelow defeats James Storm with a powerbomb. That would explain why Bam Bam was okay with it. I booked it wrong. You can make fun of that. Next segment. AJ Styles. I need to change his name. He just needs to be Dad. AJ Styles gets in the ring, and he says, later tonight, I have a match for the number 1 contendership where I could win the world, where I have an opportunity to win the world championship against Goldberg. But before I do that, I think it's time I answer the question that everyone, especially Justin McKenzie, has been wondering.
No sense.
What happened to Team Ray J? What happened to the Cruiserweight Tag Team? Let me tell you something. This goes back years. When I was on the run of my career with the Cruiserweight Championship. While I was winning the Cruiserweight Championship, I was looking at a guy like Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio is, in my opinion, is one of the best professional wrestlers in the world, especially in this company. Rey Mysterio, he won Money in the Bank, and he cashed it in, and he won world titles. Rey Mysterio and I, we fought amongst each other when the Syndicate was running wild in WCW. That man was one of my best friends. That man was one of my brothers. But one of the things that Rey Mysterio and I didn't see eye to eye on is the future of the industry. You see, everybody said Rey Mysterio was the future, the face of the company. And right when I started really becoming friends, really hanging out with Rey Mysterio, I started losing. When I was in it for myself, when I was on the best Cruiserweight title run of my life, I was winning matches. I was retaining the belts. I was the best Cruiserweight champion of all time, but I mixed it up with guys like Ray. I was friends with guys like Psychosis. I was friends with the Limitless group. And what happened? I lost the belt, and I started becoming a loser. And Rey Mysterio went from this to And Rey Mysterio, he's okay with mediocrity. He's okay with being a champion, cashing in Money in the Bank, and losing the belt. But I wasn't. I needed more. And so I saw the guy who was standing in my Rey Mysterio. And I decided to team with him. Not because I wanted to win the Cruiserweight Tag Team Championship, because I needed to get a closer look at Rey Mysterio. I needed to get a closer look at what he could do in the ring. So then, when I was in the air quotes, sitting at home being injured while Rey Mysterio was feuding with the Sweet Sensations, I scouted. And I gotta tell you, Ray, I wasn't impressed with what I saw.
The one handicap match, he wasn't impressed.
So when Rey Mysterio had the opportunity to win the belt with me by his side, I couldn't do it. Because I couldn't be in the ring with somebody who's mediocre, who just can't win the big one. So Ray, not only did I turn on you, but I'm turning the page of my career. I no longer need to have you affiliated with me. Ever since I started teaming with you, we've been teaming with Owen, and we've been fighting Ken Shamrock and Vader and Sylvester Stallone and just being mediocre. And I can't stand mediocrity anymore. So Ray, I took you out to send a message that I'm no longer okay with being mediocre. I am phenomenal. And Justin, Rey Mysterio Sr. shows up. And he says, you need to watch your mouth about my boy, or about my nephew. He's not his dad. He says, you know, Rey Mysterio has more talent in one hand than you do in your whole body. And if you don't watch your mouth, AJ, my nephew is going to kick your ass. And if you're especially not careful, I'll handle you myself. And AJ says, you think I'm scared of you, old man? You and your entire family are losers. Everybody who considers you friends left this company because they were afraid of, because they didn't want you to be tarnished by hanging out with you and your nephew anymore.
Oh, that's what it was.
He says, get out of my face, old man, before I make you. And he's not leaving anywhere, Justin. So AJ Styles hits Uncle Ray in the head with a microphone and starts beating him down. And then says, I need to focus on the number one contenders match tonight.
Wow.
And Justin, we've got a match in 86, Stardust versus Jeff Hardy, and about that great heat and good wrestling. Stardust defeated Jeff Hardy with a bulldog.
Yeah.
Look at that, Justin.
Yeah. Jeff Hardy's still getting TV time.
But just about losing. And our main event, I got a 97, Justin, a four-way match to determine the number one contender. And about that superb wrestling and great heat, Chris Jericho defeats Samoa Joe, Steven Regal, AJ Styles when Jericho submitted Regal with a lion tamer. But during the match, Rey Mysterio ran in and attacked AJ.
Uncle Senior ran in and attacked him?
Yep. and Lance Storm, yeah, he's going to be changed. His name's being changed. Pretend that was Rey Mysterio Jr. I don't care what that said. That was Rey Mysterio Jr. I don't care what that said.
Instead of Stasiak. And I ran with it. You will run with
that's
this.
Rey Mysterio Sr., or Jr. I'm changing his name to Dad. And Lance Storm, Justin, or Uncle. I'm going to call him Uncle.
Where Junior? Where was he the whole night?
And, he was here, ran in.
No,
he was selling his injury, Justin.
Yes,
his beat down. And Lance Storm screwed Samoa Joe once again.
Yeah, okay.
And we end the show with a Chris Jericho Goldberg face-off.
That's going to beat this. That's going to beat SmackDown on...
We got a 90.
Okay.
Got a 90.
All right, third place. Well, first and second for Raw and
90.
SmackDown, as it should.
I got a 90.
As it should.
Thunder not the worst show of the week, though, Justin. And that's important.
Nitro did.
Yeah, Nitro did because I fucked up somewhere.
Yeah, that's all good.
But anyway, that was Thunder. We have a couple matches booked for Halloween Havoc. You'll let me see it.
Get out of my seat.
And we will see you next time
for...
I gotta do the outro, Justin.
I'm the outro guy.
We will see you next week for week 2.